I don't know what it was, but he did not like me, y'all.
You've seen the title of the video. Your girl is back again with another story time. If you know my channel, hey girl, hey. And if you're a returning subscriber, I don't even have to say anything because you know what's up, I know what's up, we know what's up, and that's on what? That's on what? That's on period. And Mary had a little lamb. As y'all can see by the title of the video, today's gonna be another story time. But while I'm telling this story, I'm going to be doing my hair featuring the Soka Nova Pro high-speed air dryer right here, y'all. This right here is literally my favorite blow dryer. So I'm going to be telling y'all information about this blow dryer while I do my hair. Before we get into that, I want to show y'all some of the various styles and tricks that you can do with this blow dryer right here.
The Nova Pro high-speed air dryer is nothing like your ordinary blow dryer. This thing is next level. It offers 4 standout features for effortless hair styling and drying. It does have a magnetic nozzle on it, which makes it easy to switch between different attachments for various styling. The first attachment, which is my favorite, y'all know I love hair with volume, it is the fluffy nozzle. This is my go-to attachment anytime I want to blow my hair out, just because it alleviates direct heat exposure on my scalp and the possibility of getting burned. When I used previous hair dryers, y'all, I would always burn my scalp because the heat would be too hot. But the way that the airflow is set up on this nozzle, it's impeccable. You don't have to worry about your scalp getting burnt or anything, and you can put it directly on your scalp. And y'all see I have it on hot right now. When it's red, that means that it's hot. When it's blue, it's cold air. And then when it's orange, it's a mix between cold and hot air. So it's like a warm temperature. So this is what I use right here to do my blowouts. And as y'all can see, it has like brush fibers and a paddle brush mixed inside of it.
Next attachment is the self-wrapping curling barrel, and this right here, y'all, this is the truth. Y'all don't know how many times I wanted to curl my hair but not get heat damage by actually curling my hair. So this right here,
the self-wrapping curl barrel is a complete game changer. It accomplishes these curls through a suction of warm airflow, resulting in a naturally voluminous and wavy hair without relying on high temperatures or heat contact, which is crazy, y'all. You can also turn the suctions in either direction. So if you want your curl going back or forward, you can change it. I'm going to show y'all a close-up of that. But y'all see the material, y'all see the curl. You can get a curl or a wave using this without compromising the integrity of your hair.
the third attachment is the 4-leaf diffuser. This attachment right here is honestly my favorite because y'all know I'm a curly head queen. I love wearing curly hair. So I'm going to be showing y'all how I diffuse my curls using this attachment today.
If y'all were ever wondering how I got my curls so defined without the frizz, thank the 4-leaf diffuser. It emulates this natural drying process by evenly dispersing air around your curls, which obviously minimizes the frizz and enhances more defined curls or waves. This right here is a complete game changer. If you want your hair to be super curly or super wavy, I would definitely recommend using this. Y'all can see I'm putting the 4-leaf all in my hair and it's not going to be any frizz. And what I did first is wet my hair, and then I just went in with the diffuser, and y'all will see how big and voluminous my hair looks by the end of this. And also it took me like 3 minutes to blow dry a whole head of hair, which is quite frankly unheard of.
Last but not least is a smoothing concentrator. This right here is good for slick and polished looks. If you want to do your hair in an updo or just a backdo, you can use this to smooth it out to get them sleek ponytails. Y'all can clearly see that the Soca Nova Pro is good for versatile styling, like anything you can think of, y'all. If you want a curly look, a straight look, a blown out look, this hair dryer is going to do the trick. So make sure y'all run and go get this. But let's go ahead and get into the story time. And like I said, I'll be showing y'all how I style my hair using the diffuser, and I'm also going to be using this attachment right here to get this look that I got. So let's go ahead and get into this video.
So this story time is going to be about the time I went to a unlicensed or a uncertified lash tech and my eye was literally closed shut. I do want to note this was during a time where it was very prevalent and popular to get house services done. I was ignorant at the time, and I personally didn't see anything wrong with getting my hair done, nails done, like waxes. People would literally get waxes done, y'all, in somebody's living room, in a bedroom, and this was completely normal back then. This story took place in 2016. I know now we have the internet and everyone is super knowledgeable about what's not okay to do and what's to do. Like now, if I want a Brazilian wax or a sugar scrub, I'm gonna go to a licensed place and get this done. But back in 2015, 2016, it was very normal to go sit in somebody's living room to get your armpit wax or to get your hair done or to get your nails done. I don't know if it's still prevalent where y'all live at, but in Tallahassee, Florida, this was a normal thing. Like, I didn't see anything wrong with it. So there's gonna be a lot of red flags in this story, and you're gonna be like, that's not normal. But y'all, keep in mind, around everyone around me would get house services. I'll be like, girl, I'm going to go get my feet done, and it would be in somebody's basement or in somebody's dorm. Like, it was just a normal thing. So this happened back in 2016. We're gonna go ahead and call this uncertified, unlicensed lash tech. We're gonna call her Nene. And then we're gonna call some of the other characters in this story time Day Day. If you're not new here, you know who Day Day is, because Day Day's been featured on this channel a few times. This is the same Day Day from the He Was Dating My Sister. If y'all remember back in high school, I told you I was casually dating this guy, and I found out later he was dating my blood sister during the same time he was dating me, and I did not know. This was back when I was like 16, 17. I was a child, y'all. I cut Day Day off. I told y'all, I don't know if Day Day graduated high school. He wasn't dead, but he was dead to me, y'all. Like, after that situation, I cut him off, and I didn't know what Day Day had been. Like, Day Day could have flew to Pluto, and I wouldn't have known because he was cut off, y'all. So fast forward, it's 2016. I'm in college. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. If y'all want to know how me and Day Day got reconnected, I'm gonna link that story time down below. But I'm not gonna go into too much detail. Just know 5 or 6 years passed by. Well, I want to say 4 years. 4 years passed by, and me and Day Day got reconnected. We reacquainted. I let him back into my life. And around this time, I was in my house call era, y'all. I was going to get my nails done, hair done, all my beauty services. They was done in somebody's house, in somebody's dorm. Like, this was just a normal thing for me. So during this time, this was at the beginning stages of when Day Day was trying to win me back. I still didn't really trust him too much around this time, but I ain't gonna hold you, y'all. Day Day was a scammer around this time, y'all. He was a card swiper, and if you know anything about North Florida, all of Duval County migrated to Tallahassee, Florida. So there was a whole bunch of card swipers and scammers in the city. I definitely was not a fan of a card swiper, but I don't know why, y'all. All the scammers and the dealers, they love me at this time, and they happened to be one of them. So he would try to bribe me all the time, y'all. He would ask me to let me take you shopping, let me get your nails done, let me fill your car up. Like, he would just try to bribe me because he wanted me how he had me back in high school. But like I said, y'all, once you cross me once, like, we can never be a thing. Like, if you want to be used, all right, baby, get used. But you never gonna have me like you had me before. And I made that very clear to Day Day. But Day Day was still trying to, like, pursue your girl, take your girl out. So this was around that time. And I remember one day I text Day Day, y'all, it's giving I live in the hood, because y'all hear the sirens? Sorry, disregard that. But anyway,
Day Day was trying to bribe me, and around this time, he would offer to do so much for me because, like I said, he wanted me to have me back in his good graces. So around this time, I had told Day Day I was going to go get my hands done. I was getting a pedicure and a manicure, and I also wanted to get my lashes done. I told him I had already paid for my mani and my pedi in advance because me and my girl was like locked in. This is around the time where I used to get my services like maybe once a month. And he was like, well, what else did you need to get done? I told him I needed to get my lashes done, but I was going to a new lash tech. At the time, I used to go to this lady that lived, she didn't live by Palmetto, but her shop was by Palmetto, and she used to do $25 mink lashes, y'all. But she was out of town. She wasn't taking any appointments for like a month. So I had to lash hop. So I went on GroupMe, and somebody in there said that they were doing lashes. The price of the lashes honestly should have been a red. This was the first red flag, y'all. The price of the lashes were only $55. And it wasn't crazy to me because back in 2016, the girls charge mortgage prices now to get lashes and nails done. But back then, $55 was even cheap back then. So that was the first red flag. Like it should have been like $80, but she was charging $55 for the set. She had a little portfolio. I went on her Instagram. She had a plethora of pictures of her work, and I knew she was doing it at her house. And like I told you, y'all, I was ignorant at this time, so I didn't know to ask, are you licensed? Are you certified? Y'all can let me know down below. Do lash techs even need to have a cosmetology license? Like I honestly, I don't know what the qualifications or the prereqs that you need to meet to be able to practice eyelashes on someone. I honestly do not know. And I damn sure didn't know at that time. So I end up writing her on GroupMe saying I would like to book an appointment. And Day Day had paid for this appointment, y'all. He was paying for this appointment. So keep in mind she took cash, Zelle, and I think Cash App. And I end up paying her a deposit. The deposit was like, this was another red flag, which should have been like, girl, you know you about to get scammed because the deposit was half of the total price of the service. This was just another red flag that I should have went to somebody else. But like I said, y'all, I wasn't paying for it. Zayday was paying for it. So I was just like, this is how much the deposit is. So fast forward to my appointment. Her house was at University Green. If you in the Tallahassee area, you would know that this is a very popular student housing apartment complex, but they're on the more luxurious side. So I wasn't worried, y'all. Like she didn't stay in the hood. She stayed in a good area in Tallahassee. And like I said, it was a $55 full set. But when I got there, what did I say we was gonna name her? What did I say her name was? Nene. When I got to Nene's house, Nene lived on the first floor. These were townhouses. And I text her through the GroupMe app and I told her, like, hey, I'm at your front door. And y'all, all you heard is what's that movie? Have y'all seen that movie with the dog? Cool J, LL Cool J? Cool J, the dog. Is it Cool J? I'm gonna put a picture of the dog. If you've seen this movie, that's what I thought was on the other side of this door. Cause all you heard is like it was y'all, it was a massive dog on the other side of the door. And I'm not scared of dogs, but that dog, he didn't sound like he was friendly. Like he didn't sound like he wanted to be F with. He didn't sound like he wanted company. Like I was texting her, like, did you ask your dog if you can do lashes today? Because he was not happy that I was at the door. So I text her and I'm like, hey, I'm outside. And she would ask me if I was scared of dogs. I told her, no, I wasn't scared of dogs, but I would like her to put the dog away. So she's like, all right, give me a minute to put him in the cage. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm standing at her door, y'all, and I hear her rustling. We're going to call her dog Cujo because I don't know what type of dog it is. I never seen the dog during my appointment, but his voice was intimidating. Like when he barked, it felt like I got bit, y'all. Like that's how aggressive and vibrant his voice was. About 3 minutes passed by. She opened the front door, and I'm like, hey, Nene. And when I got in there, I was looking around like, did you just get robbed, girl? Because there was like no furniture in there. It was literally empty, y'all. It was like nothing in there, whatever. She was just like, oh, I just had to move some things around. And she did have, I don't know what that bed is called, but she did have it's like a lash tech bed. Basically you would like lay your head down. I don't know. Is that called a, I'm not sure what the bed is called, but it's like a lash tech slash masseuse bed. Like you can lay flat on the bed and you can get a massage and you can still breathe. And then you can also lay on your back on the bed and your head will kind of like sit in a donut hole. That's what type of bed she had. That was literally her couch, y'all, because there was no furniture in this apartment at all, which I thought was weird because I had a homegirl that lived out there and I thought her unit was furnished. But nonetheless, I get in there and Nene was also giving homegirl vibes. Like she was asking me what school I go to, how I found her. And I was telling her like, oh girl, I found you on GroupMe first. And then I hit you up on Instagram. And she was just like, oh, that's so cool. A lot of people been saying they've been coming to me off of GroupMe. And she starts just asking me like, a whole bunch of questions. At the time, I didn't think any of the questions she was asking was personal or she was being invasive. But looking back, homegirl was plotting before I even got there. Like I'm thinking she just asking, oh, what school you go to, where you from, like, you know, very general questions. Because I ask people questions like that and I don't really think it's a big deal either. But in hindsight, y'all, she was really trying to find out who Day Day was. I mentioned earlier in the story time that Day Day offered to pay for this appointment because he was trying to get me back on his good side. So he was paying for a lot of stuff. This was probably within like the first 2 weeks of us getting back acquainted. He had been hitting my line, been on my body trying to get back right with me. But like I said, I just could never forgive him for what he did back in high school. So I wasn't even really trying to go there with Day Day. But it's just like, if you want to be used, Day Day, then come here. Let me use you up, because he was just mad aggressive with it, y'all. I don't know if y'all ever dealt with a man from down south, but he was from what is that area called? Deerfield Beach. That area, the men in that area are very aggressive. So when they want something, they're gonna get it. So he was applying that pressure. But anyway, while I'm at this appointment, Nene is asking me all of these personal questions about school, how long I've been in the city, how I found her website. She asked me if I was dating anyone, and I answered no, and I answered all the questions. And I started asking her questions back, and I was telling her that she looked mad familiar. But like I said, y'all, she was posted in the GroupMe a lot. I used to always be in the GroupMe because that's who I would go. That's where I would go if I wanted any lashes, nails done, any beauty services I wanted. I will always go to GroupMe, y'all. So I probably had seen her work before. So that's why I was thinking she looked familiar. But I just kept telling her, like, girl, you look familiar. You look familiar. So the whole time while she's doing my nails, let me back up a little bit, y'all. I booked a 25 millimeter set. If y'all watch some of my old videos or y'all know me, I used to be a long eyelash girl. Like my eyelash, they used to be flying, y'all. My eyelash used to touch my eyebrow. My eyebrows used to touch my forehead just to accommodate my eyelashes. Just y'all, I don't know what it was. Looking back on the videos, like eyelashes, I did not know my eyelash style. They did not suit my face. But I didn't know that back then, y'all. I thought wearing broomsticks on my face, I thought that was cute at the time. I thought I was eating. So I told her I wanted the 25 mm, like I want the longest you can get. So the deposit that I paid was half of the $55 because I thought I was getting a very full set. But when I got there, Nene did a consultation on my eyelashes, my natural eyelashes, and she was just like, you can't get that. Mind you, y'all, I used to get my eyelashes done religiously at that time. So my old lash tech never told me that I couldn't get that. But Nene was like, I don't recommend you getting that. I don't want to do that on you because it's just not going to last long. And her reasoning was the fact that my natural eyelashes, they're very short and curly. And she said that the 25 mm's, they would like weigh my natural lashes down. So she honestly just didn't think it was going to fit me, and she didn't think I should get it. So I told her, what does she recommend? And I kept emphasizing, telling her like, girl, I love long lashes. Like anything long, I love it. She was like, I can try to do 23, but I think I'm going to do a hybrid set. So it's going to be short in the corners so it won't be too heavy on your eye. And then I'll do 23 at the end. And 23 and 25 that's not much off, y'all. So I'm like, all right, you the professional. She wasn't. Mind you, she wasn't licensed. But at the time, I'm thinking like, you the professional. So whatever you think looks best, it looks best or whatever. And also she was pulling up work on her Instagram, showing me examples of what a hybrid hybrid set was, because typically I would just get all my lashes one length. I didn't know what a hybrid set was. And with the picture she was showing me, y'all, they were cute. They were eating. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll just, whatever you recommend, I'll get it done or whatever. So she went ahead and placed the sticky tape over my eyelids. So my eyes were like closed shut the whole time while she was doing this. Mind you, y'all, the setting was very the setting was very uncomfortable. She did have the bed, but Cujo, y'all, the dog, he was barking the whole time. Like anytime I would reply or say something, like he heard a voice that wasn't Nene voice, he would start barking like crazy. So I was honestly just shaking my head a lot because the dog, I don't know what it was, but he did not like me, y'all. But anyway, I digress. She asks me again, she didn't say directly, do you have a boyfriend? But she said something along the lines of like, you're not talking to nobody. This happened years ago, y'all, so I don't remember what she said verbatim, but she basically asked me twice. The first time she asked me if I had a man and I told her no. The second time she was like, you're not talking to nobody. And I'm like, girl, is anybody talking to me at this point? Because y'all, at this point, back in 2016, I had just got out of a long 3-year relationship, and I had just got back into the dating market. And y'all, the man, they were playing yo-yo with your girl. I'm not even gonna lie, your girl was going through it at this time. I think this is when I was on Tinder, and I was late to joining the dating apps because the girlie's been on the dating apps since like 2012, but I was just hopping on the dating apps at that time, and I was on Tinder, y'all, and I didn't know Tinder was, maybe this was when Tinder was getting established as the booty call of apps, because at the time I didn't know that. I thought you could really find a husband on there, but no, everybody that's married and that hate their girlfriends, they on Tinder. Like that's the app they on. But I didn't know that at this time. I was just freshly out of a relationship, y'all, and I was just mingling. And keep in mind, y'all, I didn't know why she was asking all these questions, or at the time I didn't think it was a red flag, just simply because I will always talk and have unprofessional conversations with my service providers. And I didn't see anything wrong with it. Now that I'm older, I know it's just certain things that you don't discuss with people that you don't really know like that. But y'all, I didn't know that at that time. So I'm laying on this bed. She's doing my lashes. My eyes are closed shut. We got Cool in the background barking every time I say anything. And we got her basically fishing and trying to figure out who I'm talking to. But we've probably been talking about men for like maybe like 10-15 minutes. And eventually I started to fall asleep. I'm not gonna lie. When I get my lashes done or get my nails done, y'all, I like to go to sleep. And Nene, I was talking and she was talking, but it was getting to a point where, baby, I just want some real shut eye. Like my eyes are shut, but I really just want to go to sleep or whatever. So I started to talk a little less, and I was just saying like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, like I just, y'all, I started one wording her and 3-letter wording her. I'm just like, yeah, that's what I was doing for like the last, maybe like the last 15 minutes of the appointment. And she just slowly stopped talking to me. Like she was getting to the point, y'all. So she finished my lashes. The entire time while she's doing my lashes, I'm okay. Like it wasn't hurting, it wasn't burning or anything. And she also had a little fan blowing on my eye while she was doing my lashes. She finally's done doing my lashes. She wakes me up, and it took 3 hours, y'all. My normal lash tech would get my lashes done in about an hour and 30 minutes, but it took her 3 hours to do my lashes. So when I wake up, I got crust in my eye, slob going down my face. Your girl I done took a good little nap. I wake up, she takes the tape out my eye. As soon as I open my eye, y'all, I start screaming because my eye is burning like terribly bad. Like my eye is burning so bad. So I'm screaming and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it burns so bad. I think you put some lashes on my waterline. And she was just like, no, it's gonna be like that for the first day. And I'm like, the first day, and she's basically trying to convince me that it's just the glue, like that's fine, like that's completely normal. And I'm like, can I see what glue you use? And the same exact glue that she used, y'all, it's the same glue that my other lash tech would use. So I knew I wasn't allergic to the glue. It didn't have anything to do with the glue. I honestly think she put the lashes on my waterline. And when I say I'm screaming, y'all, no hyperbole. I'm not over exaggerating. I'm literally screaming. The dog started barking even more because he thinking I'm probably hurting her or something. But y'all, I'm literally yelling and I'm holding my eye. And for some reason, like both of my eyes were hurting, but it was really the right eye. Like the right eye was hurting worse than the other eye. So I'm literally screaming. She's putting a mirror up to my face trying to show me them, and I'm just kind of like, I can't, honestly, I couldn't even really see them, y'all, because my eyes are watering and it's burning really bad, and she has a fan in front of my face and I'm just holding my eye or whatever. She was just like, yeah, it's gonna be like that for the first day. And I'm sitting in the up on the bed, y'all, and she's literally running through like the aftercare. She's just like, make sure you don't wash them or get them wet in the first 24 hours, while I'm on the bed and I'm just screaming. I'm like I y'all, I'm literally screaming and she's giving me all the aftercare instructions. She even sent me a link and told me that I can get eye drops to help. But she says her clients typically tell her the first day it burns, like they're installed correctly. Don't worry, it's gonna burn the first day. Just make sure you hold a little fan up to your eye. She even sent me a link of the miniature fans from Amazon while I'm in her living room. So I'm sitting there in pain. I probably was there 10 minutes after she finished my lashes, y'all, because I'm literally in pain on the bed. And Day Day was paying for this appointment. So I was already thinking, like, if this is burning for over 24 hours, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this out because the pain was unbearable. So while I'm sitting there on the bed and I'm holding my eye and I'm holding the fan in the other hand, she tells me I can go ahead and send her the remainder total. How did I want to send it? I was like, all right, I'm gonna have my friend send it to you because he's paying for the other half of my appointment. Mind you, they paid me the first half. He sent it to me, and then I sent it to her via Cash App, and then Day Day was gonna send me the other half of the money. So while I'm sitting there, fan in one hand, holding my eye with the other hand, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna text my friend and I'm gonna get you the money or whatever. So I text Day Day and I told him to send me the rest of the money for my lashes, and I told him it was $55, y'all. I wasn't trying to play him, but I wanted to tip the girl, and I wanted to, I wanted to have a little extra, go get lunch with it, go to Chick-fil-A or something. So I just told him to send me $55 or whatever. And I guess Day Day remembered that I told him. I guess he remembered that I told him how much the set was. Which I don't know why I did that, y'all, because I typically don't do that, but I actually told him the price. So during the time of my appointment, I don't know if he felt like I was trying to play him or something, but he was just like, send me her Cash App. I'm gonna send the money to her. I don't know why, y'all, but I wasn't really like, at the time, I honestly didn't think too much into it. I honestly didn't care. The only thing I was concerned about is not losing my eyeball. Like, I'm literally holding the fan up and I'm holding my eyeball. So when he was just like, send me her Cash App, I sent him her Cash App. And like 5 minutes go by, I hear the little cha-ching, like the little Cash App notification. It makes, y'all know that little money sound effect that it makes. So I knew she got the money or whatever. So I wipe my eye and I'm like, did you want to go ahead and take a few pictures so I can go? Because like I literally was starting to get a headache. The pain from my eye was starting to make my head ache. But y'all, she didn't say anything to me. Like, she's just looking at her phone. So I'm thinking she's making sure that she got the correct amount on Cash App, but she's not saying, like, she's literally not saying anything to me. So I'm looking at her and I'm like, did you want to take any of the pictures? The girl looked like she had like blanked out. Like, she was just, looking at her phone. So I'm thinking she's like me. I can't multitask. Like, I can't have a conversation or listen to somebody and read a text message. So I'm thinking, all right, she heard me, but she didn't really hear me because she's in her phone or whatever. So I'm just sitting there on the bed, holding my eye, y'all. And she looks up at me after like a minute of being on her phone. And she was just like, how you know him? How you know Day Day? And I was just like, that's my homeboy. And she starts laughing. And she was like, yo, homeboy? Tell me how you know him. I'm just like, that's my homeboy. Like, we went to the same high school. And she's like, Day Day from Dearborn, Day Day from Miami, him. And then she pulls up Day Day's Instagram and she pulls up all of this stuff about Day Day. And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, that's my boy, that's my man, like that's who I'm talking to right now. And I'm just like, oh, and I just started laughing, y'all. And like I told y'all from the previous story times, me and Day Day, we didn't really have anything going on. Like, it was definitely just homeboy vibes. Like, Day Day was saying he was gonna put me here and he wanted to do this and put me up on the shelf and blah blah blah. But y'all, like, there was no feelings or anything attached with Day Day. So she was just like, oh, I got something for him. I got something for him. And she starts calling him. But y'all, I don't know if he picked up the phone or not, because like I couldn't really hear her. Like, she calls him, but like she walks in her kitchen, like the laundry area in her kitchen. And I started gathering my purse. I started gathering my jacket. And I'm about to get ready and head out the door, because I asked you if you wanted to take pictures of my eye, but you too concerned with Day Day or whatever. And the whole time I kind of had an inkling that she knew who I was through Day Day, because like I said, y'all, Day Day was a very like flashy type of person. Day Day also would don't judge me, y'all, but I used to let Day Day drive my car. So when Day Day would drive my car, she probably recognized the car. I don't know if Day Day came to see her in my car. I don't really know what Day Day was doing, because like I mentioned in the previous story time, me and Day Day, we weren't attached at the hips like that. So I don't really know what he was doing. But anyway, y'all, I leave her place after that or whatever. She didn't end up taking any pictures of my set or anything, because she was too concerned with me knowing Day Day and Day Day paying for my set or whatever. So I asked her before I left, I'm like, you good? She's like, yeah, I'm good. And I literally walked myself out. Mind you, the whole time while I'm driving, y'all, it's by the grace of God that I made it home without crashing out or doing anything crazy, because I was literally holding my eye. Like, my eye was burning so bad. And when I left, like I told y'all, she took 3 hours to do my set. So thank God when I left, like, the sun or anything wasn't out. So I went home or whatever. And of course I contact Day Day. Like, me and Day Day wasn't on them type of time. So I'm like, Day Day, I don't know who Nene is to you, but homegirl know that you paid to get my lashes done. And he was just like, man, she be bugging. Like, that ain't nobody to me. Like, basically trying to front in my face, y'all. But that wasn't really any of my concern. Fast forward, that happens and I go to sleep. Like, by the time she finished my appointment, it was probably like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, y'all. I end up going to sleep. The next morning I woke up, I had an 8 a.m. this semester, and y'all, I couldn't even wake up to go to class, because the sun from the sun that was coming in from the window, it was literally burning my eye. Like, my right eye was completely closed shut. Like, I couldn't even open my eye. I had pus all in the corner of my eye. And at the time, y'all, I was too embarrassed to even tell anybody, go anywhere. Like, I needed to go to the hospital, but I couldn't afford to do any of that. So I end up having Day Day bring me some eye drops to like see if it'll get better or whatever. I end up soaking and picking the other set off. I'm gonna put a picture in here. I'm not gonna put a picture of when I first got it done, because I'm not gonna hold you. Um, like, it's very explicit. It's very like gruesome. I don't want to put it in here, but I will put a picture in there of how my eye looked like 3 days of me taking the eye drops. But literally, y'all, my eye was closed shut. I had an eye infection, of course, and it was crazy because I don't know why, but Day Day had this little joke that he would be like, you know, she did that on purpose. She seen you. She found out that you was on my line, and she did that on purpose. And I'm like, no, she didn't. Like, this, obviously she was doing it in her living room. She wasn't certified. It definitely had to do with the fact that like her tools or whatever she used, it was unsanitized. Like, it had to do with that. But Day Day would always have this little joke anytime he would see me, because I end up getting my eyelashes done like maybe 2 weeks after that. I end up going back to my lady and I end up getting my lashes done. And he would always be like, "You still getting them bugs on your eye?" He called lashes bugs, y'all, like spiders. He'd be like, "You still getting them bugs on your eye?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they cute." Cause at that time, baby, back in 2016, y'all, I wouldn't leave the house without my lashes. So he was just like, "You ain't learned from Nene? You ain't learned when she almost had you out of there? She almost had you looking like a pirate?" And I'm just like, boy, she didn't do that on purpose, but he swore up at me for that. I honestly don't think it was that. Again, I don't know the girl. I never went back to the girl. I didn't fault her because, like I said, I was ignorant, but that was a very popular and normalized thing to get your hair done or to get beauty services out of people's house. Y'all can let me know how y'all feel about it, but they swear up and down that she intentionally did that. And he obviously know the girl, but I don't really know the girl. And another thing, this is the finished look with my hair. I will also link this hair down below. And if y'all are interested in this, make sure y'all go get this Soca Pro because it is worth all of the money. Like this thing right here, natural hair, wigs, braids, honestly, any type of style, it can work with it. It's a very professional blow dryer, and I'm never going back to any other blow dryer. Like this right here, it's giving luxe, y'all. It's giving everything it needs to give. Shout out to them for sponsoring today's video. And yeah, I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.